Customers have always commented on how easy and fast it is to get information and data from the KMS SimpleKey Web.
And there's lots of people that have got the APEX system, and it's just bringing them together.
Our system is automatically pushing information every 5 minutes.
You haven't got a data dump there. You've got a scheduled, timed report in order of what those events are, who's done that event, and what action have been taken upon that event.
It's future-proofing the current technology and developing the current technology and taking it that step further.
They can change the call volume on the system. They can change the PIN entry code for the end users, so they can get in using PIN entry, and that can be changed at any time from the cloud. They can also change the name on the OLED display and change what's written there through the cloud. They can also change the configuration of the handsets or the flat numbers that the handsets are located in through the cloud as well.
And you can also change some of the marshalling settings as well. For instance, if you have an additional flat that's been added that needs to be programmed to a port, that can also be done through the APEX integration.
With the APEX system being able to be connected to the cloud now, just like you can with KMS SimpleKey 4, we're going to be able to keep the APEX up to date with the latest firmware, security features, and the end user will not need to do anything or get an engineer to site.
It's available on any internet-enabled device, mobile phone, tablet, laptop, PC, you name it. As long as there's internet, there's data, you can gain access to your allocated area. When it comes down to the end users, they've got everything at their fingertips. A lot of competitors charge for the additional features. We have one set price, regardless of any future developments or any future upgrades. That price stays the same. It's all part of the service that we provide.
The way we're going to keep ahead is, yes, you get all the nice easy functions of being able to program a fob remotely. You're going to get all the information that you're going to get back from your door entry system, which is great, but then also you can get all of this data and all of this reporting and all this information to help keep your residents safe, combat ASB and keep your systems up to date.